What's going on? What the? What? No, this is the end of Bed Wars. No, it's all over. No. Okay, so as you can tell, they did recently update Bed Wars, and a lot of people are very upset. Now, what are people actually upset about? Honestly, I don't know. Because we've... What the hell? This game was very laggy. Maybe that's something they should update, huh? So essentially what they've done is they have started to hide the names in the pre-game lobby. Dude, and I don't know about you, but that is just not even that big of a deal. Bro, what is happening? Yo, look at this intuitive gameplay. So if we look at the forum post, they say they want to alleviate sniping and Q dodging. Did they really succeed in sniping? Not really. I guess they succeeded in like the most basic form of sniping, like stream sniping. But stream sniping isn't really that big of an issue, in my opinion. I mean, it's an issue, but it's not the biggest issue that Hypixel has. However, did it alleviate Q dodging? Yeah, like 95%. I think the only way you can really dodge now is like party dodging. But like, what's the point? Like most snipers are just like solo queuing anyway, so like, doesn't really matter. Personally, I do not like dodging, so I really like this update. The one thing that I don't like about this update is the matchmaking changes that they made. I think it's like kind of silly. I think it's really weird to have 3 separate like brackets. And for those that don't know, there's like 3 separate brackets now. It used to be like 15 star and below, and then would be one bracket, and then there would be 15 stars and above would be like the main bracket that you could queue into. And now they've made it so that there's 3 different brackets. There's 0 to 10 stars, there's 10 to 50 stars, and then there's 50 stars and above. I personally just think that is just really unnecessary. What a very goofy fight. All this really does is kind of slow down the queues initially, but then they said that after 30 seconds that anyone can join that queue, which kind of just like defeats the purpose of the whole bracket system. So I think that's pretty silly, and I don't know why they made that change. But in terms of like name jumbling, it just doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. For the average player, you're going to be getting sniped less. If you're someone that dodges all the time, you're obviously going to get sniped more. But guess what the update does? It patches dodging. It patches that playstyle. So like, of course you're not going to be able to Q dodge. Of course you're not going to be able to dodge the snipers. But if you played normally, you're going to get sniped less. That's because the only way that a sniper can figure out if they're in your game or not is by actually just queuing the game and then checking who's in the game, which means they're losing out on so many different queues. Oh, whoops. There we go. So when you're queuing into a game like this, if you're a sniper right now, you're staying in this queue and you're waiting for it to start so you can see who's in your game. If there's no one worthwhile to snipe, you leave and go to the next queue. But before that, you could just check who's in this queue, type in the command to go to the next game, and then boom, you have another queue that you can go to instantly. So technically, you should be getting sniped less, because it's less likely for a sniper to go into your queue, because there's less attempts for them to find a different queue. One thing that really does suck about this update though is exactly that. I can't see what health they're on at the start, but they do plan on fixing that, I'm like fairly certain. So yeah, on average, a normal player that doesn't bother about Q dodging should see snipers less, and they shouldn't really see much of a difference in their Qs besides the fact that it should be faster, because, you know, people aren't dodging all the time that don't want to fight you. But mainly people are really upset that the sniper issue isn't fixed for those people who dodge. Which, yeah, is a fair point. But Hypixel already doesn't want you to dodge. Like, the main way people dodge is by using overlays, which Hypixel already doesn't want. They've already made changes to the API to try and get rid of it, and they've even outright said that they don't support overlays. And then, of course, a lot of these overlays have access to different third-party stuff that help detect whether somebody is sniping. What I mean by this is that the main way people are dodging, or at least win streakers are, is by using other third-party APIs such as Pug API or Seraph, which are technically private and most people don't even have access to on these overlays, performing basically full background checks on these players just to end up dodging them so they don't lose their 200-something win streak. Hypixel doesn't want players to play like this. And a lot of people who play like that are essentially just complaining that they can't play like that anymore. They've got these accounts that have insane FKDRs and win streaks now that they just can't keep up anymore because they've only been queuing noobs the whole time. But yeah, in my opinion, I don't really see the issue at all. Anything, it benefits me because I enjoy sweaty games. And a lot of time when, you know, I'm trying to get sweaty games with people like Nos or Kaisiak for a video, everyone dodges, and it takes literally hours to get a single game, and half the time, those aren't even games that you want to, like, put in a video, because they're not entertaining. Like, the game was, like, really free and easy. So yeah, hopefully maybe in the future, we'll see some, you know, more sweaty games. But this does also mean that a lot of the people that dislike the update and, like, you know, rely on dodging to get, like, good stats and all that, I'm probably gonna start cheating now. We've already seen this with like quite a few people. I've already queued some parties as well that have, you know, started cheating pretty hard. But honestly, I think a lot of the complaints and issues that people are finding now, especially in terms of snipers apparently being more common now, I think those are slowly going to disappear when people kind of just forget that the update happened. Well, I guess they won't really forget that the update happened, but they're gonna start being more fine with the update, I guess. The same sort of thing happened when they removed like stars in pre-game lobby. A bunch of people were saying that, you know, they dodge people that have high stars in the pre-game lobby when, you know, because they don't want long games and all that sort of stuff. They don't have time for long games, or they don't want to fight sweaty people or something like that. And Hypixel just doesn't want that. Hypixel just wants people to play their game and for everyone to be an even playing field. They don't want people to win every single one of their games because they're only fighting noobs. And honestly, I'm okay with that. And some people are not, and that is totally fine. But I think at some stage, people are just going to need to let it go. Probably didn't make sense throughout most of the video because I stopped talking for like so long, like huge periods of time, and I just like lost complete track of what I was talking about. So yeah, huge ramble. That's why it's no. But yeah, for those that watch the second channel as well and are wondering what's happening with the main channel, yes, I'm working on a video. I'm working on the high ping guide. Oh my god! And it also means that I am currently partnered with exit lag. So the high ping guide will go over exit lag and all that sort of stuff. But if you already know where exit lag is and you haven't gotten it yet and you want to use my code, it is in the description down below. So yes. Main channel video coming, don't worry. Anyways, yeah, bye.